extend my tricep, I rotate the wrist out and split the rope. Going for 12. At the playground again today, I've noticed that ever since working out at the playground, I've not really done certain exercises. For example, tricep pushdowns with the cable, and then I've also not been doing the sled or sled-based movements as regularly as I used to. Plus stuff like sprints and stuff that I used to do a lot more of last month and the months before that, I've kind of been not doing. So today, I'm not sure about the sprints part yet, but I'm definitely doing tricep pushdowns and some other cable movements that I haven't been doing for a while. So starting off with an arm superset, doing tricep pushdowns. I'm going to go for 15 to 20. Trying to get a good squeeze at the bottom and hold it for at least a little bit. Then with my 25-pound steel mace, I'm going to do a 360 to a curl. So actually 5 360, sorry about that. So 5 360s to 5 curls and switch. I'm then going to repeat it again on either side. So yeah, I'm going to do this superset for 5 sets and then on to the next thing. So for the next exercise, using the rope grip. So actually, I've never really brought this to the playground, but this thing, the pulley system, comes with a variety of different handles, so I just use the straight bar. I usually don't bring all this stuff for no particular reason. But yeah, I'm using the rope grip to do overhead tricep extensions. So looks like this. Stepping ahead and making sure that my elbows bend all the way so that I get a full stretch of the triceps. I also like to rotate my wrist inward a little. I find that it helps exaggerate the stretch in the triceps as well. And as I extend my tricep, I rotate the wrist out and split the rope. going for 12 to 15. Then for the bicep movement, sticking to something really similar from the previous exercise, pretty much the exact same thing, but instead of doing a curl, I'm going to do a curl to press, and looks like this. So starting off with 360s. Then 5 curl to presses. Switching side. I'm going to repeat this again on the other side, or on both sides. So while doing a 360, I have to hold it first over here. There the biceps are engaged the whole way through. And as I go behind, like the tricep gets stretched, and it's like a sudden stretch almost. So between both of these exercises, you're getting a lot of bicep and tricep work. It's not just with the curl and press that I'm getting biceps. I'm also feeling the biceps work while holding it, while going over my head and pulling it. And then the triceps also get stretched during this. So I think like doing 360s helps with arm development, but by supersetting it, it feels like I'm getting like even more out of my arms. But yeah, one more set of this. This was my 4th set. Then on to the next thing. So as mentioned earlier, I'm going to do some backward sled. So usually I put quite a bit of weight on the sled, but since I only have a 25-pound kettlebell with me, I'm going to do a light jog backwards with it, so that to give like more explosive stimulus to the quads and the knees. So looks like this. Going the length of the soccer field. Once I get to one side, I'm going to bring the kettlebell behind me and do a sprint to the other end. And finishing off with single arm 360s on 10 each side. So at the end of all of that, my heart rate is at like 160. The single arm 360s kind of top it off, making the overall circuit much harder. This was my third set. I need to do 2 more and then on to the next. For the final exercise before I move into a small juggling session, doing single arm seated rows. Usually I do the seated rows with either with any one of the kettlebells, the 35 or the 25. Right now I have both attached, so makes it quite a bit heavier. So yeah, also since it's that heavy, I'm going to use these poles to fasten or stabilize myself. So looks like this. And I've mentioned this cue before. Whenever I do rows, I like to look away from the arm that's stretched and then rotate into the arm that's pulling as I do the rep. I feel like doing this gives me a more complete stretch and contraction. Going for 10 each side, I think I said that. I'm not supersetting this with anything. I'm just going to do 4 sets and then on to some juggling. Alright, on to a mini juggle and chat session. Let's just jump into the first sequence. Not bad to start. I got 2 mug flips where I caught it with the opposite hand, so that's good. The sprints earlier took a lot out of me. Plus, I'll be doing a lot of walking later. I'm going to do some more sightseeing today. I took today off, paid time off, but I have to head back to work tomorrow, and I'm not looking forward to it. I don't hate my job or anything. It's just a lot of work, and then when there's a lot of stuff, it's like you have to switch from like a relaxed mode into like, oh, I have to be focused and productive. Ah, too high with that helicopter. But see, like these shorter juggling sessions feel like they take lesser of a toll on my fingers and still give me like enough time of doing the skill or improve at the skill. So yeah, I think these shorter juggling sessions are actually more bang for the buck at the moment, because earlier, you know, with any skill you think that doing more of it makes you better at it, but if it puts too much wear and tear on the joints, I don't think it's the best. And earlier when I did jiu-jitsu too, that's the same approach I took, like from going to not doing jiu-jitsu at all in the past to wanting to do it every day, I think is what took its toll on my body. But now, since I'm actually managing volume and like easing into it, it feels like I'm giving my body enough time to adapt and recover from this. Like even though I'm someone who is really accustomed to weight training a lot, I think any new stimulus requires the body to just to take some time to adapt to it. And it feels like the same applies to like kettlebell juggling, jiu-jitsu and all of that. And I think doing kettlebell juggling every day was good, but since I did like 20-30 minutes of it, and that too it's like constant like banging on the fingers or on the palm or whatever, it would make me feel a little more sluggish, or I don't know, just there was something off. And these shorter sessions, like 10 to 15 minutes, seems to be the right amount. Ah! Let's try that again. It was going good there. Ah! Let's take a short break. Yeah, and the heat also has its own way of taxing you. Like even if you're doing the same volume, same weight and all of that, the heat takes something different out of you. Like any sort of weather element seems to add its own sort of challenge, which adds to calories burnt, the way your body reacts and all that stuff. Wow. I wanted to do all one hand, like tap back, single hand swing, tap back to a triple. Nice. That was a nice little sequence. It wasn't very long, but I got a few difficult moves in there. I just wanted to end it on a successful note. Alright. I'm gonna do like 1 or 2 more sequences and end it. Don't want to get carried away and make the session too long. So far today I've had 1 banana, 3 slices of an apple, 3 slices of an apple, coffee, a large coffee, and a large tea. So quite a bit of calories. Alright, let's try to get like 4 triples, switch hands to start. Nice. Wow. Man, I don't know. That was nice. I want to try something similar and throw some 3D movement after I get the first triples. Nice. Ah, damn it. Let's just start off with 2 alternating triples because those triples take a lot out of me. No, I want to do 4. Nice. Alright, I think I'm gonna call it quits. And like I said, need to keep my fingers safe. And yeah, these shorter sessions are probably better. Alright, that's all for today's video. See you all tomorrow.